This program is sponsored by attorney Michael Morse and features legal questions from viewers. Nothing within the program establishes attorney-client privileges.
I got a subpoena to appear in court. Do I have to show up? And what happens if I don't?
Hi, Mike. My name's Patrick. I have a friend that owes the IRS a lot of money, and he wanted to know, can he pay that over time?
Hey, Mike, my ex isn't paying his child support. What do I do?
The law is a tricky business. You have to get it right to win big or stay out of trouble. Welcome to SmartLaw with Detroit attorney Michael Morse.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to SmartLaw. I'm your host, Barb Baker, and we'll be answering all those questions and more coming up a little bit later in our show. But our in-house smart lawyer, of course, is sitting next to me this week and every week, and I bet you can't wait to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our smart lawyer himself, Mike Morse.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to a great show, everybody. We're going to touch on some interesting topics and hopefully make all of you smarter about the law. So let's get to it right now.
All right. Well, let's get to our first video, and it's a telephone call. Oh, and it is from a viewer.
This is Jamie from Dearborn Heights, and I'd like to know, I have a dog, and I have a beware of dog sign in a fenced yard. When the meter reader comes, he doesn't knock at the door. If he gets bitten, can I get sued?
That's a really good question, and I've heard this one before. Putting up the sign is an excellent idea to alert people that you have a dog and that dog may bite. But you can put up all the signs you want, and you're still responsible for the actions of your dog. The meter reader, the postman, and any other person who has a legal right to enter your property can sue you if your dog bites them.
So why is that?
Well, Michigan's dog bite statute is a strict liability offense. That means that unless the victim was trespassing or provokes the dog owner is responsible for the conduct of the dog regardless of other factual circumstances.
But wouldn't a meter reader or a postman or whatever be covered under their own workers' compensation from the job if they got bitten?
You're smart, and you're listening to my answers each week. The bitten postal person would make a workers' compensation claim for his medical bills and wages. However, he would have a claim against the homeowner as well for the dog bite itself. Remember, workers' compensation is for people who are working on the job for the employer. In this situation, the person isn't suing their employer, they're suing the dog owner. Remember, that's why we have homeowners insurance and renters insurance that would cover this exact type of loss.
Well, I learn something new every week, and I know you viewers out there do too, because he has such great information. And we get to so many questions and emails, or we get so many questions and emails that we really don't have the time to cover all of them in the 30 minutes that we're here. So what we'll do is give Mike a little time to touch on a few of the general topics in Mike's Minute.
Thanks, Barb. First thing I want to talk about is child support and modification issues. These calls come in every single week. All children are entitled to child support until they're 18 or they graduate high school, whichever one is later. It's modifiable, which means you could go into circuit court and change it. There's an exact formula that is used by the friend of the court and the judges, and that's what determines how much money you're entitled to. Now remember, you can't go back in time on these things, folks. So if you had a change in your circumstance, then you need to get in front of the judge right away. Usually people hire a lawyer to do that. You can do it on your own, but you do need to get in front of a judge or a friend of the court referee to ask for a change. The next thing that people call a lot about are contingency fee agreements. Now, I'm a personal injury attorney in my day job. That means that most of my clients are under this type of system, a contingency fee system, which means they don't pay me for my time. They don't pay me by the hour as business lawyers or divorce lawyers. We don't get paid unless we collect money for our clients. The typical standard contingency fee here in Michigan is 1/3, which means that I will take on a case if I think it's a good case, and at the end of the case, after my costs are paid back, we get 1/3 of the entire collection, and the client gets 2/3. So this is a great system. It allows clients to hire the best attorneys for no money down, and that's how I've been practicing for 20 years, and it's a great way to go. The next thing that we get lots of questions on is Social Security disability. Here in Michigan, what we recommend is that you apply first on your own. You don't need a lawyer to apply for Social Security disability. You could do that online at ssa.gov, or you can go into a Social Security office and apply. If you get denied, then you need to call 855-MIKE-WIN so we can help you with the appeal process. We are winning over 90% of those appeals that we take, and it's, again, on a contingency fee, which means you don't pay any fees. And if we do win, the government actually pays our fees out of the proceeds. So it's a no-lose situation for you on a Social Security disability matter. Discrimination cases, we get calls all the time. Remember, we're in an at-will state. Most employers can fire or let go people for any reason, unless you're in a protected class. Some protective classes are women, African Americans, sexual orientation, handicap, age discrimination. If you fall into one of these categories and there's other categories, then if you're let go and we can prove that you're let go because of one of those because you were in one of those protective classes, you're entitled to money damages.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that information. Now, that's all the time we have left in this segment. So if you have any questions for Mike, once again, give us a call at 855-MIKE-WINS. Email us, tweet us, send us your questions however you can, and we'll address any of those questions when we're doing our show, of course. So when we come back, we'll talk about a new law that we hope doesn't cause people to lose their heads. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Smart Law. Up until recently, Michigan was one of the 20 states that required motorcyclists to wear a helmet when they were on the road. That's all changed now.
Yes, Barb, on April 13, 2012, Governor Snyder signed a new law that repealed the mandatory helmet law. The new law states that riders 21 years and older who have 2 years riding experience, pass the motorcycle safety course, and carry $20,000 of medical insurance can ride without a helmet.
Well, Mike took to the streets to see how you guys in Metro Detroit felt about the new helmet law on today's Smart Law in Action.
Hi, this is Mike Morse for another edition of Smart Law in Action. We're here to find out what people think about helmets and motorcycles and whether or not you should wear them and whether or not it should be optional. The governor has recently said it should be optional. What do you think? Mr. Johnson, the governor says you don't have to wear a helmet anymore when you ride a motorcycle. What do you think of that?
I think that's great, man, because I don't like to ride a motorcycle with a hat on either.
You don't?
No, I don't.
A hat or a helmet?
A helmet.
What about a hat?
A hat either.
Okay. So do you ride a motorcycle?
Yes, I do.
And you don't want to wear a helmet?
No, I don't. Feel free and breeze in your head and everything. No, I want no helmet.
Okay, what kind of bike you got?
A Harley.
Awesome. So you're not going to be wearing a helmet anymore?
No helmet.
You don't think you're safer?
Yeah, I'm safer.
But you don't care?
No, I don't care. I just want to ride with no helmet.
So Barb, the governor says you don't have to wear a helmet anymore when you're riding a motorcycle. It used to be mandatory, now it's optional. What do you think about that?
Well, that's a toughie because on one hand, it should be enforced so that people don't get killed or, whatnot from not wearing a helmet, but at the same time, it is their own life. So it's a tough call. I don't think I help very much.
No, have you ever been on a motorcycle?
I won't get on one. Maybe when I was much younger, but I'm afraid to get on a cycle.
So back in the day, you were on them?
A little bit, until I met somebody that worked for a rehab, and they told me that most of the people in there were from motorcycle accidents, and that took the wind out of my sails.
Jesse, Governor Snyder has made it optional for motorcycle riders to wear a helmet. Do you ride a motorcycle?
Yes, I do.
Do you wear a helmet?
Yes, I do.
If you didn't have to wear a helmet, would you?
No.
Okay. So as of today, you don't have to wear a helmet.
Cool.
So
I'd like to be able to go out and ride, but I got to work.
Well, next time you go ride, you're not going to wear a helmet? You don't think it's safer to wear a helmet?
After watching a lot of people I know die from brain injuries because of shards of plastic going into their skull from the helmet, I'd rather stay away from it.
That means motorcyclists don't have to wear helmets anymore.
Oh, wow.
What do you think about that?
That's not good.
Why not?
Because, safety issue means somebody can get killed.
It's up to the individual. It's for his benefit if he wears a helmet. If it's not, if he doesn't want to do it, I can't help him.
You can't save everybody.
I can't save everybody.
Mr. Jones, the governor says that motorcycle riders don't have to wear helmets anymore. What do you think about that?
I think that is something that should be more of a common sense law, because motorcycles and pavement, they don't mix.
So you think people should be forced to wear a helmet?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
because life is precious.
Have you ever rode a motorcycle?
Yes, I have.
And you wear a helmet when you do so?
Yes, I have.
And if you wear one in the future, you're going to wear a helmet?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'll wear a helmet in padding.
You wear a helmet when you're driving your car?
No, because your car, well, the car has a surrounding.
Right.
The car has...
That was a silly question.
yeah.
You don't have to answer that. That was a silly question. I don't even know why I said that. All right, here's a better question for you. That was just silly. I was just being silly.
We all have those
right, you
tender
took me
moments.
seriously. You took me. He's hugging me. He's hugging me. You know what?
We all have those tender moments.
I'm feeling very tender right now, actually, as you're hugging me.
That guy is great. Now, it seems a lot of the people, they don't like wearing the helmets, but they know that it will make them safer. Now, I actually just got my motorcycle license last summer, so I'm kind of a new rider, but I would think I would even feel safe with, it's just safer just to have it on your head is, what I would think. But what is your experience, or what have your experiences been as far as handling the cases with motorcycle riders and accidents?
Well, it's my opinion that everyone should wear a helmet. I handle hundreds of motorcycle cases over the last 20 years, and some of the worst injuries come from motorcycle crashes, and most of the time it's not the motorcyclist's fault. It's the fault of the other driver who either didn't see the motorcycle or just wasn't paying attention or texting while driving. In fact, last year I settled a case for over $3.775 million for a man who was injured on a motorcycle when another vehicle cut him off. He's now in a wheelchair, and it was a horrible, horrible case.
So was this motorcyclist wearing a helmet?
He actually was wearing a helmet, but the injuries weren't even to his skull. They were to another body part. So it didn't matter in that case, and I find that happening. But the brain injuries are real. Helmets save lives. So motorcyclists like yourself, Barb, I think should wear helmets. It's just my opinion.
That's an unfortunate story. So will this do anything, this law, do anything to the insurance rates for the rest of us, like the ones who don't ride motorcycles? I do, but for the rest of the people out there, what will it do for them?
I think that the insurance rates are going to stay the same. The law is asking for motorcyclists to take on additional coverage, so I don't think it's going to affect us.
Okay. Well, coming back, we'll hit the phones and emails to answer your questions. Give us a call at 855-MIKE-WINS, and when we come back, Mike will answer this question. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Meg from Farmington. I got a subpoena to appear in court. Do I have to show up? And what happens if I don't?
And welcome back to Smart Law with attorney Mike Morris. Remember, guys, if you have a question for Mike, go ahead and call 1-855-MIKE-WINS. Now let's get back to the smart lawyer himself with this question from Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg from Farmington. I got a subpoena to appear in court. Do I have to show up? And what happens if I don't?
A subpoena is an order from a court for you to appear, produce documents, and/or testify at a hearing or trial. The subpoena has the power of the court behind it, and there are penalties if you fail to appear. Those can range from fees and costs to actual contempt of court where they can throw you in jail. So you must abide by those subpoenas.
So what if you don't want to testify or you just can't make it for some reason?
Well, lawyers are not unreasonable people. If it's for a deposition or to produce documents, you can call the other lawyer and see if you can reschedule for a more convenient time. If you don't want to testify and you have a good reason, like the information that the subpoena is looking for is privileged or it's a real burden to obtain the information, then you can hire a lawyer to file a motion in front of the judge to quash the subpoena. That's a motion before the judge requesting the subpoena be thrown out or withdrawn.
Okay. Well, this next question is something that I'm sure a lot of people are going through right now.
Hi, Mike. My name is Patrick. I have a friend that owes the IRS a lot of money, and he wanted to know, can he pay that over time?
I can tell you this, your friend is not the only one who has a problem with the IRS. And because this is such a common problem, the IRS has programs in place to help out. The IRS is required to agree to an installment plan if your balance due is less than $10,000 and you meet all of the following criteria, which I've put up on the screen for you. For the previous 5 years, you haven't filed late or paid late. All your tax returns are filed. Your monthly installment payments will pay off your balance in 36 months, and you've had no installment agreement in the past 5 years. Lastly, you agree to file on time and pay on time for future tax years.
Okay. Well, next up, we have a video question, and it's from Fred from Pontiac.
Hi, my name is Fred. I'm from Pontiac. I just found out I got a default judgment against me. I didn't even know I was being sued. What should I do?
Well, Fred, you should go to court and try to file a motion to vacate the default. In order to do that, you need to have a meritorious defense to the case and a good reason as to why you failed to answer timely. This motion is not always granted, and the burden is on you to demonstrate why the default should be lifted. This is something you should absolutely hire a smart lawyer to do for you.
So how can somebody get a default entered against them?
Well, the most common way, Barb, is by ignoring the service or failing to answer the lawsuit. Once you're served with a summons and complaint, you have 21 days if you were served in person and 28 days if you were served by mail to answer the lawsuit. If you don't do that, you can be defaulted. So please don't ignore legal documents. And if you have any questions, give us a call at 855-MIKE-WINS and we'll walk you through it.
Next up, we have another video question, and it's from Julian Warren.
Hi, I'm Julie from Warren. Hey, Mike, my ex isn't paying his child support. What do I do?
Hey, Julie. Well, the friend of the court is responsible for the enforcement of support orders. They can initiate income withholding orders or even suspend the driver's license, occupational, recreational, and even sporting licenses of the people who are in default and delinquent on the payment of child support. So contact the friend of the court and make sure they are following through on your case.
Excellent. Well, that's all the time we have in this segment. So if you have any questions, always 1-855-MIKE-WINS. We'll see you right after the break. Welcome back to Smart Law with attorney Mike Morris. Now we're ready to take another look at Mike's Smart Law School. So what do you have to teach us today?
Well, since this is an election year, we thought we'd ask questions about presidential elections and something called the Electoral College. Watch this. Hi, this is Mike Morris. We're back on the streets asking people today about presidential elections because we're in a presidential election year. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Ellis. I'm from Radford, Michigan.
Ellis, do you know what the Electoral College is?
No.
Do you want to take a guess?
Electoral College? College for electricians?
It's a good guess. Good guess. So, Patricia from Southfield, can you explain to me what the Electoral College is? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't. I really have no idea right now.
You never heard of that?
The Electoral College? No, I haven't heard of the Electoral College.
Do you know what the Electoral College is?
No.
You ever heard of it before?
No.
You want to take a guess as to what it is?
A university, something like university?
What kind of degrees do you think you get there?
Probably like a law degree, some kind of law degree.
Okay, that's a good guess. That's a good guess.
The Electoral College is from the number of votes to be attributed to each candidate if they win a state.
And that's how we pick presidents.
Yes, it is.
There are 3 sets of presidents who have the same last name. Can you name any of those?
Same last name?
You're a tall dude.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
6'7".
Wow. All right.
Same last names. I can't begin to guess.
All right. Well, you could. Okay. Our last president before Barack Obama. You remember his name?
Yes. Bush.
Is there 2 Bushes or just 1?
2.
All right. So that's one of the sets.
Father and son Bush. The Kennedys.
What to start with? Let me know what to start with.
A B. Our last president.
Bush. His dad and his son.
Absolutely correct. Correct.
Bush and Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Roosevelt. Mm-hmm.
Do you know any presidents who've had the same last name? There's been 3 sets of presidents with the same last name. George Washington.
His father.
Okay.
Want to say, no, it's Lincoln. Not Lincoln. Adam.
Adams?
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Yeah, there's been 2 Adams presidents.
2 Bushes.
2 Bushes.
And
you already said Washington's.
Washington.
Washington's isn't right.
Right. That's the only one I did get wrong. No, I was thinking about George Washington. That's why.
Is his dad a president too?
No. I meant Bush though. That's what I meant.
Got it. That was so much fun. So my fact checker got one thing wrong for us. There are 4 sets of presidents. William Henry and Benjamin Harrison were also another set with the same last name and actually related. So sorry we got that one wrong on that segment.
Well, not to jump from the Electoral College, because that was interesting, but I have to know, you were able to meet and greet with our president not too long ago. I want to know a little bit about that. Tell me how it happened. And
when the president was in town a couple weeks ago, I took 2 of my 3 daughters to Henry Ford Museum. We had a private reception with him and another 50 people. We got to shake his hand, talk to him a little bit, take a photograph or 2. It was a riot. We had a great time. My daughters loved meeting him.
That's really excellent. Is he as charming in person that you see on TV? He's that same sort of person, you think?
Absolutely. He wows the crowd. He gave a great speech that night. We all shook his hand. It was just an electric feeling in the room.
Okay,
it was
that's
great.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have on Smart Law today. And if you didn't get a chance to get your questions answered, don't worry. We have attorneys standing by each and every day. And make sure you join us again at the same time next week and every week for Smart Law with attorney Mike Morris. See you guys next week.
This program is sponsored by attorney Michael Morris and features legal questions from viewers. Nothing within the program establishes attorney-client privileges. This has been Smart Law with Detroit attorney Michael Morris.